Hello, and welcome back to Girl We Gotta Talk. I'm your host, Alina Jiggs. Welcome back to another episode. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not.
Really? It sounds like you're laughing.
I just can't help but smile when I look at you.
We have today my boyfriend, TJ. Welcome back to the podcast. I don't know how many times you've been on at this point, but welcome back.
Thanks for begrudgingly having me.
Of course. My guest canceled today. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
TJ is on today's episode because we realized that we haven't really done an episode since we have moved in together. And the last episode that we recorded was pretty much leading up to that time. It was like, I think, end of June, maybe July. But we talked about like how excited we were to live together, finally ending long distance. So if you guys have been around for a while, you guys know that we have been doing distance for 5 years. And we are currently recording this podcast in our apartment.
Yeah.
Which is a little crazy. So, yeah, today we're just going to do a little catch up. We've had some fun life events happen and just kind of chit chat about how living together has been. You guys also sent in some juicy questions for us to answer, so we'll get to those in just a bit. But yeah, welcome back. We have a lot to dive into.
Yeah. I mean, you and I were talking about it a little bit yesterday. Like, it's like kind of weird to think about. Like, we used to see each other like once a month, like one week a month, maybe, you know. And now you have to deal with me every day. So
it is weird. Like, I think since moving in together, we've just been like not going through the motions, but we don't think about that time anymore, even though that was like the majority of our relationship.
I think we did for like a week where it was like,
yeah, at the beginning.
God, wow, you're here. Like, you know, all that sort of stuff.
I remember I kept saying like this. I would like look at you at on the couch and say, this is our apartment.
Yeah, this is our couch.
I'd be like, hey, this is our place.
Yeah.
No, it was super fun at the beginning, and now it sucks. But I'm just kidding. But now it's like
sets in. I hear it.
No, but it's more so like it just seems normal now.
Yeah, I think
like the everyday life together just seems normal. Whereas like at the beginning it was like new, so it was fun and like
like we're settled. We're like 98% done with the apartment. We have
what's the rest we have to do? I'm so tired. I don't want to do anymore.
Oh, I'm just
2%.
leaving 2% for something you think of. I thought you would know.
So true.
You might get. Well, also it's the seasons, you know. So we just hung up those stockings.
Yeah.
So like, you know, the time of the year always gives you a little bit of work.
Yeah, I have had so much fun. Just
to say the least.
Just decorating, like making this like our space.
We had fall stuff out for like 2 weeks, and you were like, "Well, now it's Christmas time.
Well, because I was
time
late.
to start over.
We were.
Let's do it again."
I know, it's very exciting here. No, but just like the actual pieces, like I lived on Facebook Marketplace when we first moved in. Like TJ knows because every day I would like send him a screenshot or show him something when he got home from work and be like, "Do you like this? Should I get it?" I
Should we snag?
I told her I would get it today if you like it. I'm like crazy, but no, to be honest, like I kind of nailed it.
No, you've crushed it, yeah.
And like I'm looking at so we have like a little bar set up right now, but it's like this, it's like a black sort of
it's 3
entryway
stories
table, and it has a second level in it. Yeah, it's 3 levels sort of. It's not necessarily a bar cart, but that's how we kind of made it. And I got it for like $30 on
It's a bar station.
Sure.
It's
but
way
it's
better than a
very
car.
multi-purpose. There's a lot of alcohol in that, I will say.
Yeah.
But it's also like a spot for like right now, a little baby Christmas tree and a candle and like your whiskey thingy and your record player. So it's like got a little bit of everything. But yeah, $30 on Facebook.
Yeah, steal.
With that, it's been very expensive since moving. Like moving in.
That's the thing. It's 30 here. It's 20 there. Oh, this is only 15. Okay. This one's 40, but I'll stop after this, and then it just never stops.
It was bad for a while. I'll say it. Yeah. I had a problem, but to be fair, you're very boy. You're very minimal. Like you only had a couple posters on the wall. You had like 3 forks and a spatula. Like you didn't come with a lot. Okay, so I had to overcompensate a little bit because I also didn't take a lot from the place that I came from, which was with 3 girls, and they all brought most of the stuff. So I thought we would have like a lot of stuff, which we kind of do. Like we have a lot of glasses, but there was just stuff that I was like, we don't have that. We need this.
Yeah.
It really does like add up. It was very overwhelming at the beginning. I was like, oh my God.
Hold on, let me set the record straight.
Oh,
It was 3 posters, not 2.
3 posters.
And it was like 3 spoons. I don't use forks. Spoons. If you know, you know. You know? So, spoons, not forks.
Shut up. TJ used to eat...
No. Let it be for the diehards. The diehards know how I eat eggs.
Okay, if you know, comment below. But yeah, it was fun at the beginning to like buy everything, but then also with that, it's very expensive and it's overwhelming. You feel like you need to buy a lot of stuff, and that was definitely me, but I'm done now and I'm tired and it looks good. It looks homey.
And now it's the holidays. We can ask for stuff, you know.
For sure.
We had our birthdays, so, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun thing about us, how does it go first? Okay, so first it's my birthday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so first it's my birthday in October, end of October.
2
weeks later is TJ's birthday. Then...
Basically 2 weeks later is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and then
later.
January is our anniversary, and then Valentine's Day is in February.
Yeah.
And then we're broke.
Yeah, and that's a bad time. St. Patrick's Day is the month after. That's no bueno.
TJ can't wait to spend this money.
Yeah.
And then it's the summer, and it's just like you do all these fun things. It's just never ending. But all is well. We are doing good. We're thriving, living in the space together. It's been fun. We hung our stockings yesterday. Christmas decorations are up. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Do you want to play a game? What's one thing you don't like about living with me?
Do you want to play a game? That's a trap.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like...
This is what people want to hear. They don't want to hear the good stuff. They want to hear
the juicy.
The juicy.
One thing I don't like living with you... What is it? What was the question?
I mean, yeah, you basically said it. Yeah, good job.
One thing I don't like about living with you.
Yeah.
Besides everything? No, actually, I will say, I saw a TikTok today, actually. And it's not bad. This isn't bad. Don't worry.
Comparing me to TikTok, boys. We're off to a rough start.
And I sent it to you so we can probably watch it tonight. But it was a girl who had just curled her hair, and her boyfriend's behind her, and she's like, do you see any straight pieces? Like, can you grab straight pieces?
I'm so good at that game.
You're so good at that game, babe. I'm not saying you're not. Don't worry. I'm not coming for your life. And he wasn't, let's just say. For the record, this guy was just like, he thought it was rocket science. He didn't know what was up. She was like, straight pieces of hair. Like, she was like, comb through, look at the back. Like, I can't see the back of my head. Like, can you do it for me? And he was like, just like maybe this one? And she's like, good job. Yay. And the caption was like, why I miss living with girls.
Yeah.
So to that extent, it's like, there are definitely parts of life that I'm like, a girl would just like understand this a little bit better or like care a little bit more, which is not to your, like, it's not a...
care.
You do care. You're very caring. But I love you very much. Don't cry. Yeah. There are just like things that like I'll say or like I want a reaction from you that like if you were a girl or like one of my girlies, you would have been like, oh my God, like what? Like sometimes
there's a one-to-one correlation to times where you say, you won't believe this. And then at the end of the story, me being like, okay. Like, every time you say you won't believe this, I almost never give you the reaction. So I understand.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's just like, like, okay, you don't get it. Okay. Like, that's such a bummer sometimes where I'm like, like, if you were, like, one of my friends, you would understand. Sure. And that's fine. Just, like, I don't care about some of the stuff that you say, like sports and history. And stuff. But, yeah. And it's not, like, a bad thing. But that's probably the one thing. And...
I asked for one.
Oh, okay.
No, let's hear it.
No, I was just
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I was scraping there. I was just trying to think. Anyways, let's play a game. What's one thing you don't like about living with me? Not the nose flare.
You need to.
No hesitation. No hesitation.
Sometimes Elena will ask me to do things, and it's like playing a game without the instructions, but with someone who knows how to play the game. So I start doing stuff, and it's not the right order to do something. It's not like the right way that she would have done it.
Right.
It's not how she would have played the game. And I just, no, wrong, try again. TJ, were you even listening? You know, like that's, and I'm just like, nobody even told me how to play the game. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Do I want to have a lot of points or a little point? Like, how do I win? Get rid of my cards, have them all? So that's the one thing. That's
fair. Are you learning, though? Are you learning how to play the game?
No, because I'm walking on eggshells every time I'm overthinking everything. Where are the spoons? Who knows? Who knows at this point?
You know where the spoons are. Don't you even lie.
Okay, spoons maybe a lie.
You know what's something I really love about you? living with you?
Mm-hmm.
You're really good at putting the utensils away. I love the way you put the forks and spoons and knives away. I'm being for real.
No, thanks.
Remember I told you that?
Yeah.
Remember, because you
Yeah.
alternate them.
Every 5 forks, it's got to go in the other direction.
Every 5 forks, you put them upside down.
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
Guys, it's genius because we have you know how it overflows in that section?
How you can tell my math brain. Every 5 forks, I flip it.
You know who's unloaded the dishwasher when you look in the drawer? If it's messy, it's me because they're all just overflowing.
Yeah.
If it looks neat and organized, it's you.
That's a small W, but I'll take it.
It is a small W, and take it because. Yeah.
Could you imagine what my last name would look like if it was a lowercase w and uppercase everything else? They're kind of funny, right? They're funny.
It would look funny.
Yeah, just wanted to bring that up.
Thank you so much.
Little W.
Yeah, little. You said Lido.
Lido.
Okay, but love living with you. To be real.
Yeah, that's been good.
It's been fun. I also think it's fun because, especially when we first moved in, we had respective nights out. You had your guys' night and I had a girls' night. And then that night we came back together at the same place.
Yeah, that was nice.
And it was hey, how's your night? It was so fun. We got to debrief, hang out, sit on the couch.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about I don't know, just your apartment being your safe space.
Well, everyone told us before we moved in, it's living with your best friend all the time.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah's been on the podcast. She's one of my best friends. She would tell me when her and Jake first moved in, and I told her this recently. I was you were so annoying because she would be oh my god, you guys should move in together, and we're yeah, no, we're working on it. We live in 2 different cities, so we're working on it.
Yeah.
But she was it's literally living with your best friend. You're having a sleepover with your best friend every night, and I was you're so annoying. You're so cheesy. You guys are so cute and annoying. And now I'm no, literally it is.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Maddie and Mason said the same thing to us. So yeah, sometimes people don't overhype it. It's just it's right,
And I feel there are definitely times where, especially at the beginning, it was definitely a learning curve. Not in a big way, but just being okay, now we live in the same space. We have to merge kind of how we individually did things.
Yeah.
Into kind of the same routine, figuring out what works for us, what we're good at, what the other person's good at, how we can sort of work as a team.
Yeah, especially after I got the job at CoStar, because that took me out of a remote job, put me into an office. That was I felt that was when the real adjustments had to happen, because I'm not here during the day. I'm actually waking up at a decently early time. What am I doing when I get back? How can I still spend time with you? All that stuff.
Yeah, because when we first moved in, we were both working remote, whereas now he works in the office.
Yeah.
And so, which I think is good, because imagine if we were 24/7 together.
You'd be sick of me.
You'd be sick of me.
You'd be sick. I'd be taking a lot more walks though. You would take me on a lot more walks.
Oh, I would take you on walks? I thought you meant you would be escaping.
Oh, no. I would just be going on walks with you.
Yeah.
Now I just sit at a desk.
I would love a walk. I love walks.
This time of the year is tough for that.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because it'd be hurting.
Also, what's been really nice about me working from home now is I have those Magic Mind shots in the fridge, and before being by myself, it gets very I don't know, very repetitive and tired. It gets almost more tiring because I'm just by myself. I'm not talking to anybody all day sometimes, and I can't focus because you said all I think about is everything else around me.
Yeah.
And I want to do the laundry, and I want to clean, and I want to vacuum, and I have to take the dog out, and I have to do all this stuff. Those shots help so much. I focused, I feel I'm a little bit more alive.
Yeah.
Without having my second or third coffee. It's so nice, and you've had them, and you liked the taste of them, which you were nervous because they were green.
Yeah.
And you loved them.
Yeah, I know. Better than maybe you would expect, even just because the idea, what they do, and you're okay, so it's vitamins, right? So. Can't be that good, but it was good.
Yeah.
Glad I had them.
You're not a big vegetable fruit guy, and seeing a green little shot, you were no, I have to. And now look.
Yeah.
Now look at you.
All the better for it.
They're so helpful. Yeah, love. I can't wait for more walks.
Yeah.
Should we say what we've done?
Yeah. How many stockings did we put up?
We're having a baby.
No.
So
no.
Okay, guys, big news. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably already know this, my personal account. But we got a puppy. And his name is Bear. He's a mini golden doodle, and he's sleeping over there on his back like a cutie little puppy dog. We got him November 19th.
That sounds right.
It is right.
Oh, groovy.
Because we had our party on the 18th.
Oh, sure.
That's the only reason I'm ever going to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just remember we had the party on the 18th.
Sure.
I'm not, like, smart or anything, so.
Oh, I didn't say that.
You thought it.
No.
Yeah. We got a puppy. So we have been like wanting a dog for a long time. We've been talking about it. We were kind of thinking like we'll get a dog in the spring because it'll be warm out. We don't want to be taking the dog out in the freezing cold in the winter. And that was kind of like our thought process for a while. And we were like, let's just soak in living together, just us two for a bit before we add another person to the family. And then, you know, sometimes when you make plans, God laughs. So
everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Who said it? Mike Tyson.
Rocky. Oh,
Oh, not a bad guess.
thank you. So we ended up just getting this little guy, and
Well, I guess it all started, speaking of Jake and Sarah, we watched their dog for a week. And then it was like,
we got
man,
the itch. It's like baby fever. Well, we've always been like that, especially me. I've been like every
But
time
we
we
thought
go
we were
out.
going to wait till like March, and then Brenner happened, and it was like, oh, maybe I could just go for it now.
Yeah, I think that on your part, you were like, okay, let's just do it. So, yeah, we watched Sarah and Jake's dog, and he's the sweetest little puppy. We had him for a week, and I think that was like such a good. First of all, dogs just make you so much happier, number one. But two, like, it was such a good test with us, like, figuring out how to, like, work with each other on that, like, letting him out at night, playing with him, all of that. And then when he left, I was so sad. When we had to, like, give him back to his family, I was like, I don't want to. So, yeah, I think that gave us, like, the doggy fever.
Yeah. It moved up the timeline for sure.
It did. I think on your part, though, more so you, because
Yeah.
you've always been down, but when I showed you Bear, so I basically sent TJ, okay, I think your version of the story is funnier. You tell the story of
and
how.
probably closer to the actual truth.
I would disagree, but let's hear your version.
Okay, sure. So we had gotten back from Italy like 3 days ago when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was like still fresh.
No, it was. Yeah. Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah. And then I'm like pumping gas into Elena's car, and then she pokes her little noggin out the driver's side window. She goes, "I may have done something today," and I'm like, "Okay, what does that mean?" So she says, "Well, there was this post on Facebook about this litter of golden doodles, and they're so cute." And then I was like, "Okay, so we're getting a dog. Sounds good." But then she showed me a picture, and they were all super cute. There were only 3 males, and then Bear was one of them, and he was just too cute to pass up.
Yeah, so we hadn't really planned on like what dog we wanted. I've always loved golden doodles. Like I was telling TJ after we got him, like if you go look at all of my Pinterest boards, I have like one that's like aspirational, and for some reason it turned into like a gold, which is stupid because before it was like travel and like business, and then it like turned into like a golden doodle board, which I didn't even really realize. So I've always loved golden doodles. I've always thought they were so cute and like they're such good dogs. But yeah, I just had like randomly seen like this post come up, and I just reached out for information. I didn't do anything without TJ, to be fair. But I just was like, let me just inquire. Let me just see what's going on, get more information. And that's when I told him, because she had like just written me back at the gas station. So I was like, hey, look what I did.
We should have named it a marathon.
Ha 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 ha.
That would be kind of funny.
And yeah, so then I don't know. I think like you were a little bit more into it because we had just had Brenner like a month before, and I mean he was so stinking cute. Like he was so cute. The timeline was like it would be like we would pick him up in weeks. I mean it was like 4 weeks out.
Yeah, I think it was 4. Yeah.
You get him, and I was like, oh, this seems like crazy. And then I went hardcore research. Like I was like, we kept going back and forth being like, this isn't a good idea. We shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm doing so much research. Like, this is going to be a lot of responsibility. Like, we're going to get this dog and we're never not going to have this dog. Like, hopefully. And he's going to grow up with us and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, that became exciting. And then the next day, that same stuff would be overwhelming. So I was just trying to like make sense of it all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's any hard decision kind of comes with that.
It's a big life decision, but I think it was the best decision ever.
Yeah. No, he's been awesome. Honestly, I think we got a really good dog, which I'd love to know in an alternate universe, like how deep my patience, how far I could stretch that out with a worse dog per se. But no, super good listener, super smart, very good lover, and very chill. He wanted someone who was chill and calm. And all the pictures we saw of him, he was just in the back, like wondering what the hell was going on. With everyone else just crowding the camera, and he plays like that, you know. He's just the same way. He's just like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's a sweetie. He so we brought him home. It was a Sunday, and he was so good. It was like a 2-hour drive. He just like laid in my lap the whole time. Was super calm. Didn't get sick. Yeah. Which we were a little bit worried about, but it was totally fine when we stopped at a rest stop. Let him like run around a little bit. And got back in the car, slept a lot. Even when he wasn't sleeping, he just was like laying on me, which was so cute.
Yeah.
Got home, showed him the place. He like just trotted around. Even looking at those videos now, he looks tiny. Like he's already getting bigger, and I'm gonna cry. His so
torso, man, he's starting to stretch out.
Yeah, he's getting long. But no, he's been really good. The first couple of days were rough. Like just trying to like get used to his schedule. Like we're now on his schedule, and we had our own kind of thing going for a while, which the freedom of that is gone right now. But which is
also interesting because he was probably doing the same thing. He probably had all the freedom in the world. I mean, he's just coming from a place that was keeping him in a side house, you know, like he had everything he needed. He could just play with his brothers and all that yard, just run around, go when I need to go, you know, like
acres and acres of
it was his world.
I know.
So yeah, those first 2-3 days. Plus, he like doesn't know any of our words. Like now we can say sit, and he'll sit.
Yeah.
Like,
so I've trained him really. So far, he knows sit, lay down, stay.
Down. Oh, you said lay.
Lay down. Wait.
We're working on stay.
What did I just say? Wait, sit, lay down, stay.
Paw.
Oh, and paw.
And we're working.
And he can alternate now.
Yeah.
He knows like up. And I'm trying to do, like, spin.
Yeah.
He's not grasping it, but I feel like I'm not doing it properly. I think that's on
spin or roll, probably the next one.
Yeah, like
you've been super diligent with his training, and he's been really receptive to it.
Yeah, he's a good listener. So, he's so cute.
I mean, his breed, like you had told me, like Goldens are, like, people pleasers, and then, like, Doodles are people pleasers, and then he kind of feels like that to a T. Like, he just wants to make you happy.
Yeah, they really like to please they want to be, they want to please you. Like, they want to make you happy.
Like, there's times where we're playing fetch with him, and he feels like he's done, but he's like, well, they're happy for it, so I'll just keep running after the ball, I guess.
Like, go.
Because he sees us clapping, and he's like, I guess they're enjoying it, question mark? You know?
He's so good. And he's sleeping through the night, which was really good. The first night, we were already, like, preparing ourselves for the worst. Like, crate training is not easy. I was just talking to my friend today, Carrie. She was like, good, you know, before we got him, she was like, good luck. Like, my dogs hated the crate. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I really want him to be crate trained. Like, I find that, like, very important.
We started that from day one. Like,
yeah, and the way that we did it, like, we fed him in the crate the first time he got here. We put toys in the crate. We made it like cozy.
We sat by the crate. We laid by the crate.
Mm-hmm. And we just made it. We like left the door open during the day so he could like go in if he wanted to. And we just made it like a positive place, like his safe spot. Like that's his room basically.
Yeah.
So we just wanted it to be like a happy place. Oh, he's awake. Where's he gonna go? He's gonna plop down in another spot.
He said you guys are being too damn loud. Go away.
He like curls up in a ball. Anyway, sorry. Oh my god, so annoying. But yeah, it worked out. The first night though, he did wake up every like 2.5 hours. I was just like timing it. And then all we did was just one of us, we would go back and forth, lay like right next to his crate and just like calm him down a little bit. Because all he would do is whine. And so we wanted him to sleep through the night. So we just laid there. And then he would fall right back to sleep within like seconds.
Yeah, he would like ball up in the corner that you were closest to.
Yeah, he would just kind of like get up next to you.
Which is just adorable.
Adorable.
Like, wow.
And then right back to sleep. And then like 2.5 hours later, he would do it again, and the other person would go down and lay, and then it would just be like that. So that was just the first night. The next night, slept through the whole night.
Yeah.
It was honestly a miracle. And now he's great. He loves the crate. He is not mad when he goes in the crate.
And like today, he slept till my alarm. Shoot, I think my alarm woke me up before it woke him up.
If he was asleep, I was like, don't get him yet, because like he's not even moving.
Note to self, I'll put my contacts in and stuff next time before I get him.
Of course he sleeps in when we have to work, but not on the weekends.
No, but even then, like, he's pretty good. Like, we'll take him out to pee. Sometimes we feed him, sometimes we don't. But then we just kind of bring him back to the crate, and he, like, winds down. He sleeps a lot right now, too, so, like...
He's a puppy, yeah.
Once he's a little older and he's not sleeping as much, but we can trust him a little bit more, we'll put him in his pen, which has been the next step. Crate train, now he's got to be...
Well, now I want to move the crate out of the room slowly, but I don't think I personally want to do that. Like, I'm going to be
I know,
sad.
I'm holding on to him being there. So.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll have to
Yeah.
separate. Anyways, it's been good so far. We love him so much. He's so beautiful. He's already getting so much bigger. He's supposed to be like around 25 to 30 pounds, I think. If he goes over 30, he's probably not going to be more than 40.
I mean, his mom was 37 and his dad was 18. So, yeah, I would say max 37. I can't see him going past that, really.
Yeah, so I think he'll be a good little size. But I already am like, I don't want him to get any bigger. I just want him to stay this size.
And what's the one below mini? It's like...
Yeah, there's like teacup.
A teacup golden doodle. And those ones stay like his size now forever.
There's like mini, there's teacup, mini, mediums, and standards.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be kind of in the middle of mini and medium.
Yeah, but I think once he gets a little bigger, he's already really good with people too.
Loves people.
Like he like craves people's attention
So
and
cute.
pets and stuff, which is really, really nice. So once 30, 35 pounds, big, but not too big. So I think it's gonna be like perfect for people's interaction too.
Totally.
Plus, right now he's scared of dogs a little bit, so adding another 25 pounds right now would probably be good for him.
He needs it. Yeah.
Yeah, just so he can feel like he can stand.
Yeah, he needs it. His first dog interaction was this past weekend, and with Brenner, the dog that we had dog sat before we got him, and he's like 50 pounds, I think. But he's just quick. He's really fast, and he really was so excited to meet Bear that he was just running so fast, and Bear was just getting trampled. And like, it wasn't anybody's fault, but he just needs more to him. He just needs a little bit more, more size, and he can like hang with Brenner a little bit. But it was good. It was a good interaction. He did good.
Yeah, and it's got to start somewhere. So.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, it's been good. So we have 3 stockings to what you were saying, hanging on the wall, and yeah.
And we brought him to Thanksgiving. I guess that's the other major thing that's happened since then. We had our first Thanksgiving together. Like that was.
So
it was subtle, it was chill,
crazy.
But like, it's crazy to think.
So the thing is like, I feel like when you're in a relationship, it depends on the relationship, but a lot of people that I know will have their significant others to Thanksgiving, like to holidays with their families, like very early on.
Yeah.
The only reason that you and I didn't do that was because when we were in college, we never saw our families.
Yeah, this was like our chance.
So it was like...
It felt wrong to take one from the other
and we
family.
never even talked about it. It was unspoken, like, I'm going home and you're going home. It was never like, do you want to come? And like, neither of us made each other feel bad about going home to see our family. And then even like the last couple of years, it's like, well, we've been living in different cities, but we've also been living in different cities with our families. Like, again, it was like, we got to go see our own family. But this year, it's been fun. We had Thanksgiving with your family. Your mom cooked so much food. I was trying to explain it to my mom because I was like just catching her up on everything. And I was like, it was like she made food for like a football team, like in like those big silver like buffet container thingies. Yeah. I don't know what they're called. That's a horrible description, but you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So
like,
much food.
Enough food for 50, not like the 8
Totally,
that we had.
which was just like,
crazy.
Love her so much. It was so good. She made like homemade rolls, like...
the green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole.
I'm more of a ham person. You're more of a turkey.
Yeah, of course.
Mac and cheese.
To die.
Regular green beans, corn.
So good.
Stuffing, all of it.
Homemade stuffing too.
The apple salad from my grandma.
So
good.
Yeah. Mashed
Good
potatoes.
Yeah, no, she crushes it. She does it all by herself. She like doesn't.
That was
doesn't help.
The most amazing part was like, she is what? How tall do you think she is? Like 5'2"?
My mom's 5'3". Yeah.
5'3".
She'll say 5'3". It's probably closer to 5'2". Yeah.
She's just like this tiny little woman, just dominating the kitchen. Just like you walked in and pretty much everything was ready. Yeah. We were like, what? You don't need any help? She's like, not really. I'm like, yeah. She's like, could you give me a drink?
A couple hours later, yeah.
I just handed her drink. Yeah. I was like, of course.
Yeah.
No, she crushed it. It was delicious. So much fun. Your grandma was there. Your aunt and uncle, your brother. It was good. Your sister.
Yeah. And now I'm going to do Christmas with your fam. So that'll be exciting. Yeah. Did Christmas Eve, but now I get to do Christmas.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, we do Christmas Eve pretty big. So you had that last year. That was your first time. And I'm excited. I just want to eat.
Facts.
All of that food.
That's what the holidays are for.
Like, I miss my mom's food for sure. Like, homemade pasta.
We're gonna have a lot of good stuff. You make a lot of you make a lot of things that she used to make, so or still does make. So
but I'm excited to just like be with everybody, see everybody. We haven't seen my family or at least my mom and my brother in a long time.
Yeah,
we had like a housewarming birthday party the day before we got Bear. Yeah. And my dad and my younger brother were able to come, but my mom and my other brother couldn't come. But that was so fun. We didn't really talk about that. That was so fun to have, like, it's something special to have, like, all of your friends, like, family, like, all of your favorite people in one room.
Oh, yeah. No, it's the best. And luckily enough, we had just enough space. I was a little worried because we had, like, 25 people come. And I was like, this is a solid-sized apartment, but I was like, how? But, and then you and I also made a lot of food that day, too. Like, we ended up having a ton of leftovers, which was nice.
It was nice for a little bit,
Yeah, but no, it's like, it's cool getting to see different parts of your own friend group intermingle, but then also like your friends, my friends.
Like everyone kind of meeting and like having conversation. Fun to like see friends from different groups like in a circle talking. I was like, oh, it's like everyone's combining. It was so fun. Yeah. And just for our families to see our friends and just like hang out and no, way too much food. Now I know. Which is totally fine. I'd rather have, and this I get from my mom, but I would rather have more food than not enough.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks.
I wish I ate
for like, it was my food the next 3 meals. I was just like
totally. We had leftovers for like the rest of the week.
Yeah, same thing with Thanksgiving. It was perfect. It was a great like 2 weeks for me.
Totally. I wish I ate that food though. I was a little busy, just making my rounds.
Yeah, and then what happened? What were the side effects of that? You didn't eat? And then we went out.
I didn't eat, and then I had a lot of IPAs.
And we'll let everyone else finish the equation there. No food, lots of drinks. What happens?
Cheers.
Good podcasting.
And then I got a dog, so it was like fine. It helped me.
Yeah, the next day, literally the next day, that was a fun morning for you.
Hurting.
Yeah.
Hurting. I couldn't even move. Couldn't even do anything for myself.
Yeah, we made it happen.
No, I pushed through for that dog. Anyways, let's get to the questions, I think.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we've covered everything before we jump into the questions?
I was going to say, below deck's the only other thing I don't think we've talked about. You've gotten
By the way,
big below deck guys.
That's one of my favorite things about living with you is I finally won something. I got him to watch Below Deck. Are you talking to
you over there? You win plenty.
I mean, I win everything. But with shows and TV, like, I feel like you're the guy that has all the shows and the movie recs, and you're like, let's watch
Lessons
this.
in chemistry. No, Cap.
That was the other one. What else?
We're going to be watching Yellowstone soon.
Yeah, that's a you thing, too.
Yep. But you brought it to the table.
Okay. But what I'm saying is TJ is the movie TV guy. And don't look at the camera for, like, help.
Somebody help me out here.
He's, like, throwing his hands up. Anywho, I obviously am a big Bravo girl, and I got him into Below Deck, which Below Deck is such a good show for people that don't really care about Housewives. It's not Housewives.
Yeah, it's not Housewives. It's not the Kardashians. That's why I watch it. But you still get some of those same dynamics where it's just like crew relationships, and you're like, oh shit, they just really said that? Like, oh my god.
The drama's there.
Or like even the guests where it's like, dude, holy, like I get it, you have $30,000 to fork over for a super yacht, but like you're being a little ridiculous.
For a tip. That's like a tip.
For a tip. I know, it's like, bro, crazy. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's got a lot of good dynamics there. Plus it's like Below Deck, Mediterranean, like
that's
you see the craziest like places. It's sick.
Yeah. So we've watched, the first one we watched was Sailing Yacht.
Down Under
with
Captain Jason and Margot and Aisha. Oh, she's the
Do your Aisha.
Oh my god. She's something else. And then who was the stew for Sailing Yacht?
Daisy.
Gary.
And Gary.
And
Colin.
And Colin.
And Lucy.
Lucy, who was on the pod for sure.
I was sad you weren't here for that. That was like a middle of the day recording. So
you know, and that season was so interesting because like you start off the first episode and like the engine dies or whatever, but like they like make notice and draw attention to it's like 2 first-time stews underneath Daisy, and like Daisy's like, oh god, you know, I got a lot to teach these girls.
No, I don't think they were first-time stews. They had been on boats before.
Oh, or at least on something that big. It was definitely a step up.
Okay,
it's my understanding at least. Lucy would be able to tell me more.
Yeah, we should. We'll
just DM her, let her fact check this.
Yeah.
But like, or at least maybe they were just first time people on the show. Like, who knows? Maybe I'm just misunderstanding. But like, they were relatively green, and then they like crushed it. They were like super drama. Those two in the stew team as a team were drama free.
Like
those parts had other drama, but not those 3.
Least problematic stews that we've watched together.
Yeah, and it's like
they all liked each other, which was good.
Yeah, and like
easy.
They didn't have like really any complaints other than like the first guest, but I think that was more about the engine than it was them. But like after that, like they were smooth sailing, you know, lack of a better phrase. But yeah, no, Down Under I think is my favorite season. Then Sailing Yacht. I'm in the middle of Med right now.
So you have now seen 3 captains.
Dude, Med with those last 6 episodes, they look freaking crazy.
I know. They just did like the mid-season trailer.
You know, that was the hottest mid-season trailer I've ever seen. Or this is about to be bananas the next 6 weeks. So hopefully it's the second.
Whoever made that trailer, thank you so much.
As a video editor.
CJ is hooked.
As a video editor, like kudos,
Totally.
Badass work. There.
It was really good.
Like,
we were like
every snippet, I'm like, what? What's that about? Can I hear more about that? Yeah, crazy.
Bear's having a little dream.
Yeah, man, his body's spazzing.
No, it's gonna be. I'm scared.
I'm pumped.
But okay, so what I was gonna say though is you've seen 3 captains. You've seen Captain Glenn, which is Sailing Yacht. You've seen Captain Jason, and you now have we're on Sandy. Yeah. Who's your favorite?
Well, I'd seen episodes before, so I had never heard of Jason or Glenn before, but I knew who Sandy was, and I knew who the guy who just retired.
Captain Lee.
I had seen.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch one of those because you need to see Captain Lee for sure.
Yeah. Like ranking my favorites. I mean, they're all great people. Like they're all like 9s out of 10 or better. Like they're all great. I think Jason's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
It's just like when he steps into action, it always feels like he does the right thing. So it's interesting.
He's such a good leader.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
But he's very hands off too. Like he's a good leader and he doesn't.
But he's
like,
also
do it too
hands
much.
on.
Yeah.
Remember he did the whole toilet thing.
Oh yeah. But it's not like okay, you can't do this because
Micromanaging.
Yeah. You know, like that. But also like he I mean, and I don't want to say that Sandy's not, but like also when you look at the whole incident, was his name Luke? You know, that whole bit right there in the middle of the season, like that goes beyond like a bad guess. That's like, okay, this is the show for four dimensions here, like not just the yacht. It's like, okay, what does this mean for like Bravo and like all that stuff? So that's like a really big situation that he handled perfectly, and honestly, didn't get that big because of that. And I just haven't seen Sandy do that, so like But they're both all like I think they're perfect captains. Like
Totally.
Glenn's a little more hands off, but like super good with guests and really good at obviously backing into a French port, which will go a long way too. So
it's crazy.
Like I don't know how Mance did that.
Watching that
parallel
stuff
parking
wild.
is hard enough for me. Like
yes, if you know, you know. No, for sure. I'm excited for you to see Captain Lee. We have to show you him, and then you'll have like a good scope of it all. But
yeah.
Below Deck is so good. I mean,
like, and honestly, if you don't like reality TV, this is the one that's worth giving a shot.
Yeah, and every time we watch it, I'm like, I want to
even
be
more
a
than like
yachty.
Survivor or anything like that. Because even those shows, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Or like Big Brother. I think Big Brother's so overrated. I think it's so.
I think
overrated.
you should stop talking.
I know, but that's where like I don't know.
Survivor and Big Brother, you just threw right under the bus.
I know the plotting, the scheming,
No, I think you would really like those. You don't even watch that. You don't even.
I have watched old seasons, and
of which one? Survivor.
More Survivor. I only did one season of Big Brother, and then a couple other episodes of Mason.
I think it's really good. I think that's crazy. I would have guessed the opposite because you like the whole like.
I know.
I don't know. I feel like you'd be.
The chaos of it. I don't know. Like I know. I find all that stuff really interesting in movies and stuff like that. So maybe it's the like I need it to be written. Like I need it to be like logically thought out by someone.
Isn't it better that it's real?
I
These
don't know.
are real people.
That to
These
me
are
is just
everyday
chaos.
people.
It's random. It's someone who just got the right.
No,
the
this
right
is
side
like
of
a
variance.
TJ going on a show and being like, I'm gonna mastermind these people. Like I'm gonna.
I know. Yeah, no, I hear it, and I like sports, right? Like coming up with the game plan, executing it.
We should try. Let's watch a season of Survivor together and see how we feel.
I don't know. I just can't get into them.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I watched.
I'm bored of your take. I think
my parents showed me Fear Factor probably too young of an age.
Oh my god, same.
Yeah.
Didn't everybody?
Yeah.
Just like laying. I just remember laying on the floor in front of the TV watching someone have to be in a tank of like scorpions.
Yeah, exactly. If you ever see me and it looks like my controller died, I'm like thinking, but like lights are on, no one's home. I'm probably thinking about like, getting into a coffin full of snakes or like God. Tarantulas. Like me and like I can't. So maybe that scarred me on those like reality game shows or whatever.
I think it did. Also, another fun part about living with you is that if I'm here and you're here, you have to kill the spider, not me.
Which is always fun. Thank you.
But if I'm here, I want you to know I'm very independent.
No. You're brave when you want to be.
Thank you.
Which I'm super proud of. Anyway, sorry. Let's get on to the questions.
Let's get on to the questions. How do you guys decide who does what in the household?
How do we decide on who does what? I mean, part of it was just like living a couple days and just kind of like trial through fire. Yeah, exactly. Also, like load management, especially now that I work in an office and you're here all the time. It's like there's already so much that like I know it too because I did the same thing in Lynchburg. Like when you work remote, you don't mean to, but you notice everything that needs to get done around you on top of like what needs to be done in front of you, like with work. Which can get overwhelming pretty quick. So I try to keep that. I try to be cognizant of that. So typically, what dishes? I'm a really, really good folder of laundry if football's on the TV. Like I do it on autopilot. I don't even think about it.
We figured that out. Yeah.
But otherwise, laundry sucks. I take the trash out. Yeah, it's just and most of the time when it comes to Bear, you have them during the day, so I just take them at night.
Yeah.
It kind of works itself out. You just live a couple days.
And like I think sometimes people are good at certain things and some people aren't good at those things. So it's just easier.
Yeah, that's why I do all the cooking. I couldn't even finish.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Bear? Yeah. Bear put his head
Here's
up.
this microwave dinner. Isn't it yummy?
Yeah. I think for instance, like I pretty much make all the meals. TJ will help. He's really good at making the rice.
Oh my God. Also, I soak chicken and make that one. That's when we decide to do it. I make our steaks.
Totally.
I make the dankest nachos. On God, this is 0% cap. Just a certified fact.
Correct.
In the Guinness Book of World Records, I make the best plate of nachos.
Okay.
Stamped.
What else? Steak, chicken, nachos, rice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm also really good at mincing and dicing.
Yeah, not anymore. I'm better than you, though.
You did learn that TikTok shortcut.
Yeah, I'm way better. I cut like Chef Ramsay. Like, I'm way better than you.
But I can do it if you were in the middle of something, or if you didn't want to cry from onions, you
True.
Wimp.
I need like onion goggles.
Yeah. All right, Kurt Rambis.
Okay.
Fucking loser. Remember Winning Time? Goggles? White guy? Kurt Rambis.
Damn.
Get wrecked.
He's kind of funny, though. Yeah, but I think also, I feel like if neither of you are necessarily good at something, that it needs to be, you need to set the ground rules like early to be like, hey, these 3 things are going to be mine. Like, for instance, like the trash. Like, I was immediately like, I'm not doing trash. It's like so far away, you have to take it all the way there. I don't want to deal with it. So TJ just does the trash. He's on trash duty always. That's his job.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much cooking. I'm pretty much cleaning. TJ,
I do the vacuum.
TJ loves the vacuum. I was just gonna say I vacuumed today though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Vacuum, dusting, I like to do. Those are satisfying for me.
Yeah, so it's just like if you don't know necessarily like who's good at what, or you just aren't good at things, those certain things.
Just address it.
Just address it and set it right at the start. Like, hey, these are the things that I'll do, and these are the things that you can do, and these are the things we can do together.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna like. This is the other issue is like, and you'll bring this up a lot. I personally would prefer to do things myself because I know the way I want them done.
Oh, yeah, playing the game without the instructions. Here we go, full circle.
And if I ask TJ to do it, I'm probably not gonna.
Yeah, say it.
It's so sour.
Prove me right.
It's so sour coming out of my mouth. I'm probably not gonna like how he does it because it's not the way that I know how it should be done, right?
Even if the result's the exact same.
No, they're not gonna be incorrect. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not gonna be the same result.
When have you ever had to backfill or, come in behind me and
or like with laundry, like you're not gonna know every single piece that I need to be hung. You're learning. You're learning
what
that.
What can and can't be dried.
Same. So it's like, that's fine, but also I forgot my point. What's my point? You do this a lot where you're like, if I don't do this right now, if I don't help you, are you going to mention it later? Like, are you going to resent me for it in a little bit?
I'm just trying to be communicative.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's good. It's good
yeah.
because then I'm gonna either say yeah, like I am. So
a little bit.
It's
That's what she
like,
said. That's what she said. A little bit.
Or I'm gonna be like, no, like go sit down. Like it's not that deep. Like I'll just finish up dinner. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like communicate. Like hey.
Or the third is like, no, I'll do this. Just do that.
Yeah.
Like take Bear out or put this away.
Help me in another way that's not this.
Yeah.
But because that's a real thing. Is like you don't want to resent your partner for not doing something for you or with you.
Yeah.
But you also have to communicate that you need that done. Or you want that done. Like, hey, like...
you just can't assume. You just can't
You
assume.
can't assume, and you can't expect your partner to read minds. And that's something that, like... I'm not even going to say the next thing then.
What? No, I'm interested.
That's something that I have to work on, that I've been working on.
Oh, that's just good. You don't ever hear that advice? I think that's just good
adult
adult
advice. Oh, I thought you were
advice.
just saying it to me.
I think that's good adult advice.
Thank you so much.
But if the shoe fits, wear it, Cinderella.
Shut up. I think it's easy as a woman to assume that everybody knows what you know. That you may know how to do this, so your partner must know how to do it. That's not necessarily the case, and they've probably never done it before, or they don't do it the way that you've learned how to do it. You can't just like assume.
Oh, I think that's true of anybody, honestly.
Yeah.
I think you.
It's hard because you grow up a certain way and you know certain things, so it's like.
Well, also, I mean, just
how can you expect someone to?
I just think the way humans think, like you're so caught up on what you're doing that day. Like think about your drive to work, how much stresses you out, and just think about like the car 13 ahead of you to the left, that stopped, is doing the exact same thing you are, and you're just not conscious of the other person doing it. So like naturally, I think that's just like something everyone. That's why I said. Adult snaps. That's just good adult advice.
Totally.
Yeah, just put yourself out of your own body per se, and then just think like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Now
living in the same space as somebody, you
Yeah.
have to be cognizant of the other person.
Yeah.
It's not just you anymore.
Yeah, and you understand. Hey, okay, I got to say something if I expect it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah, nothing's gonna change if you're not talking about it.
Yeah.
So.
Except for the level of resentment. Like that's
For sure, and you never want to resent your partner.
Which you don't want that going up, like cholesterol.
What have you liked the most about living in the same place finally?
You want to go first?
I've liked like a safe space where I can like fully be myself. I feel like I'm just like happy and at peace. Like living apart from each other and just doing long distance, we would just FaceTime all the time, and that was like my pocket of peace. It was like the end of the day I would call him and I'd be like, oh, like we get to talk about our days, like we get to like be with each other. It's like we're hanging out. And now I just get to like fully do that 100% of the time. And it's just like our joint space. And I just like that it's like I can come in here and I can just like be.
Yeah.
I'm not having to like maneuver around roommates or like, not that that was bad or anything, but it's just a completely different dynamic. And this is just like our spot. And I just like the safety, the peace of it, like getting to do mundane things with you is so fun. Like going to the grocery store together.
Are these your vows? What are you reading right now?
Ew, am I being mushy? Like doing mundane things with you, like going and just like getting gas, or like doing groceries, or going for a walk, or like late night like frosty runs, like getting ice cream in the middle of the night, and just because we want to and we can, but doing it together is so much more fun.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is like, this doesn't sound perfect, but like the company of it, because like it can just get tired.
Yeah.
Just you and you. Like I lived by myself for 2 years, and in Lynchburg, and it's just like you can do the same stuff, and then eventually you kind of think about it, and you're like, okay, it's this Groundhog Day, and you got to break that cycle. And I mean, I also think that people are just naturally in a better place, better state of mind if they're with someone. So even if you're not cognizant of it, it's like when you go outside and you feel the sun.
Yeah.
When you haven't in a while, even if you're not like cognizant of like, oh, I haven't been in the sun, maybe that's why I'm like in a little bit of a funk. Like even if you're not thinking about it.
Are you talking about me?
No. But I'm just I'm just saying.
No, because that's me.
There are people who don't pay attention to it, so
Yeah.
to them they don't get it. They're not thinking. They're not looking for it. And then when they go outside and they start to feel a little better, or even if they're not aware about it, their body gets a little perked up. Then it's like makes sense. And I think the same thing is true of like having a person there with you. So, and not all company's good company though. That's where it gets tough. That's why I felt bad about saying company. But yeah, then it's like I don't ever have an issue with you. We just we click. So
and we just
that's
like
the joy of it all.
we're just like we just be. if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, there will be times where we
cooking's
don't
more
even
fun,
talk.
watch TV's more
Well,
fun.
we won't even talk. We're sitting on the couch for like 20 minutes. We won't even talk. But it's literally just being there
Yeah.
is just nice. Like,
Yeah.
that's just the difference between, like, the long distance, like, finally being in the
As
same
opposed to
place.
looking at you through a screen.
Yeah.
Because it was like FaceTime's cool and all, but like even when you just like
And then having to be
simplify,
like,
it's just,
okay,
I'm looking at my
bye.
phone. Yeah.
Or like, oh, this was like our thing that would always happen is like I would get to like say all this stuff and tell TJ about my day, then he would do it back, and then he would like sort of make this face that he didn't mean to do it on purpose, but you could see him start to say like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed now, and I would go no.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want it to end.
Yeah.
It was like not enough, and that's just the downside of doing long distance, but it's worth it.
It's worth it in the end. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, I know how mushy.
Gross. What has changed between the two of you since moving in together? What has changed?
Wake up earlier. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Well, we have a dog.
Yeah.
I think we're more comfortable with each other. We've always been very comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
From the get-go, we've been very comfortable with each other, but I think just like there's a different level of comfort. Like, I don't know. You just become, I don't know.
I know what you mean though.
Like, it's just a different level. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to put it into words
Okay.
either.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a bad answer.
But no, I would say the same thing too. And I guess if you know, you know.
Okay, do you feel like the long distance was worth all of the stress and being apart and the driving?
Yeah, I think we were kind of just saying that. So, yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, it is super nice the fact that like
I
in a
barely
given
drive.
month, dude, yes.
I was
yeah.
just thinking about that
In a
today.
given month, I might run up like 100 miles. Like I really don't do that much
Yeah.
driving anymore. Like to and from work, that's about it.
My car's so happy. I was just thinking about it today because I was in the car and I saw that like my gas from the last time I was in the car, which was like 2 days ago, my gas hasn't barely moved.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And like I was getting gas like every time I would see you.
Yeah, I was having to fill up twice, pretty much once.
And like
on
living
way
in the
there,
area that we
once
live,
back.
we're not having to drive as much, and everything is that we need is so close to us that like it's a 2-minute drive to anywhere we need to
Yeah.
go. So it is so nice. No, it's gorgeous and perfect. I love it. Someone asked, can you talk about how you guys split bills?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think everybody's different without getting like super detailed. We have kind of, again, like moving in, this was a discussion like straight out the gate of like, how do we want to break this down? What's our, I want to say budget, but we don't have a budget. We need to like be more strict on a budget.
Yeah.
We have a general idea of what we spend and how much we're allowing ourselves, but we've just kind of divvied it up based off of like, I don't know, how we...
It was kind of like the chores thing where she didn't want to deal with the power bill. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, like pretty much like...
I don't want to deal with the Wi-Fi. Okay, babe, gotcha. Like,
yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Like
So-
little stuff like that, and then like...
But also, since you're home, it's easier for you to be able to go to the store. And so therefore, that kind of just made sense. So, and then we keep track of it all, too. So, you know.
We make sure
Try to make sure
that
it's
for
as
the
even as
most
possible.
part, it's even.
Yeah.
Based off of like our salaries too, so it's not like someone's like really overpaying for stuff. It's more so like it makes sense. And then I think like as far as like social events, we try to make that sort of even too. So it's like on a given day, if like I want to go to Starbucks, like I'll get him one and like not Venmo him for it. And then like if we get lunch, like he'll get the lunch. So it's kind of like we're very like he's not paying for everything and I'm not paying for everything. It's pretty. We're trying to make it as even as possible, like based off of like how much we make.
Yeah.
So
The bills plan out. When it's social stuff, just don't worry about it. Just enjoy the company, you know. So.
Yeah. Oh.
Enjoy it. Be in the moment. Be in the moment.
Be in the moment. Be with who you're with.
Jinx, you want me to
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're all pretty similar. So,
Sweet.
thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, sorry I talk too much.
So glad we could get you scheduled and show up today to the studio.
Yeah, I'm always excited when my rep tells me that she reached out. You know,
Totally.
It's always a good time.
Your rep is so lovely to work with.
You know, keep a pretty busy schedule, but we're always making time for you, Elena.
Thank you so much.
And the Oscar goes
You're
to
welcome anytime.
for the role of random person in building.
Random guy in black shirt.
Yes.
No, but it was good. It was a good little catch up. Hopefully you guys liked this episode. Thank you guys for asking the questions. We're very excited for this next chapter.
Yeah.
We've already been living it for a bit and it's been fun, and we've added a new little friend to the mix. So, not a baby, a dog. Actually kind of a baby though. He's like a little puppy baby.
Yeah.
He is 10 weeks now?
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
So, watch him grow up with us.
I'm sad. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you next week. Bye. Okay, here's Bear. He's 10 weeks today. He loves the show. And what's your favorite toy? Okay.
His duck.
He loves the duck. It's this big yellow duck. He also loves this hedgehog in a chef uniform that his Aunt Nicole and Uncle Tyler got him. And he loves his little, what is it? Oh, his little ball. He loves the ball. And yeah, he's so good. Can you say hi to all the fans and the followers and the listeners? Okay. Yeah, my little baby. So cute. Okay.